So today we'll be looking at full ride, and that's a good thing. And it is the Australian Award Scholarship for International Students. And as you can see, it pays for most of your studies, and it provides full tuition, and it even gives you a living stipend and probably additional benefits. So let's look into it. And what is Australian Award Scholarship? It awards undergraduate and masters and sometimes PhDs. It has a detailed list of majors for each country, and it awards almost every part of your study. Such as if you're planning to do research, it's still going to award money for your research. So let's begin the search. But before we begin the search, we're gonna just go over some of the requirements and eligibility that you need to fit for the scholarship. You have to be from one of the participating countries, and I'll go over that during our search. And you have to apply for needed majors in that specific country. So every countries have a needed major for their country. So if you want to apply for your country, you need to study that needed major, one of the needed majors for your country. You need to fulfill eligibility requirements listed in the scholarship handbook, and you need to submit the application before the deadline. Alrighty, so we're going to exit our presentation and go straight into our Google search engine, and we're not going to begin in the official homepage. We're just going to begin at our website, and that is uscollegeinternational.com. So after coming here, you're going to click on the Australia section, and it'll be probably the first one that pops up, which is Australia Award Scholarship for International Students, fully funded. So we're going to scroll down, and it says some of the things that I've said. It is full ride. Who is it for? Let's see. Official scholarship page. Under Australia Award Scholarship amount, click on the official scholarship page. So we're going there. As you can see, it has an introduction and the benefits, and it listed everything here that I didn't mention. And let's go to the participating countries. So this page lists countries that are eligible for Australia Award Scholarship. As you can see, it has all the list of the countries that are participating in the Australian Award Scholarship. And so if, let's say you're from Vietnam. So if you click on it, it's going to lead you to a site, and it's going to make you download something. I'm going to go to the previous page that we started out with, participating countries. As you can see, it has the priority fields of study for each country. So you need to apply. So if you're from Vietnam, you need to choose at least your major should be one of the priority fields of study. And it has all the specific things, and the benefits are still the same. And it has the eligibility criteria, and we're going to look at that in a second. And it has all the country-specific conditions that you need to fill. So we're just going to look at the general eligibility requirements, and make sure, remember that you need to apply from your participating country. So if you're not a citizen from that participating country, you cannot apply. And even though you're from that participating country, you need to apply for one of the needed majors. So remember that when you apply for the scholarship. So we're back to the page for participating countries. We're going to click on the deadline, opening and closing dates. For everything, it has the intake and the opening date and the closing date. So April, today is March, so you guys still have time, and I'm going to upload it today. So closing date is open for most of them except for Africa Master Study. Remember that. And we're just going to click on how to apply. So as you can see, check the opening and closing dates right here and select your country, participating countries, and select the country and get the needed information from your country. And if you intend to apply, you must read the Australia Award Scholarship Policy Handbook. So we're going to open this and we're going to look at the handbook itself. So it's going to take some time to download, but I already opened it a few seconds ago, so this is already downloaded right now for me. So after looking at the contents, we're going to look at general eligibility. Click on that and it has the general eligibility and it has the eligibility criteria down below. To be eligible to receive an Australia Award Scholarship, applicants must be a minimum of 18 years of age, be a citizen of the participating country, not be a citizen of Australia, not be married to or anything with Australian or New Zealand's citizenship, not be a current serving military personnel, not have previously received a long-term Australia award, unless it has some perks to it, have satisfied any specific criteria established by the program area or the government of the applicant's country of citizenship, be able to satisfy the admission requirements of the institution at which the award is to be undertaken. So if you don't fit the institution admission requirement, that award may be withdrawn. Be able to satisfy all the requirements of the Department of Home Affairs to hold a student visa. Not be applying for a scholarship for a course of study at an academic level lesser than they have already received. Be applying for a master's scholarship when they already hold a PhD, so you cannot do that. Applicants must form the program area of any connection or relationship to staff employed at program areas. So if you have any relationship with the applicant's application company, you need to contact them. And these are some of the exceptions. So these are the language requirements and everything like that. And we're just going to look at the general eligibility, since if we look at every other thing here, it's going to take too long. So if you want to apply, make sure you read all of number 2 and all of number 1. And if you get accepted, look at number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 10. Be sure to look at all this if you're really interested in it, but I cannot go over every single thing, but we covered the eligibility requirements, general eligibility requirements, and make sure to check the specific eligibility requirement at your participating country. So we're going to go straight into applying online. And there's 2 options. They're applying online and applying by mail. If you can't do it online, do it by mail. But since we can't apply online right now, we're gonna do apply online. Okay, so as you can see, it has a closing date and it has the recommendation that you submit your application early, because a lot of people submit it tier 2, so it might get overloaded. So since we don't have the account right here, we're going to register for a new account. And after filling all this in, you're going to save, and it's going to send a confirmation email, and it's going to take a while because it took a while for me. And I'm going to go to my Gmail. And after doing that, as I said, it's going to take a while. It didn't come immediately. It came after maybe a 10 minutes or 20 minutes of waiting. So it's going to send this email and it's going to give you a temporary password. So I'm going to register. And I'm just going to copy and paste my temporary password. And log on. So as you can see, there is a requirement. You need to plug in the temporary password and change it to a new password. So I'm just gonna go with a suggested password and click on save. And there you go. So I've logged in to the Australia Award Scholarship application portal, and I'm just gonna click on application and click on create new application. So since we're applying for Australia Award Scholarship, we're gonna click on that and click on next. And intake round. Okay, this is probably it since I can't change it. And it's gonna load. So as you can see, it has all the thing that I need to apply. I'm gonna click on Mr. Place of birth, gender. I'm just gonna make a name. Place of birth. New York City. New York City, gender, male, and country of citizenship. Just click on the first one. Do you have? No. Which country? I'm gonna click on the same thing, Bangladesh. And have you applied? Since these are the requirements, I'm just gonna click on save. But if you can fill this out, do fill it out. I'm just gonna fill in the required form, the required fields, and make sure to follow this with me. Let's see. What are they asking for? Select if you have applied or intend to apply. Oh, okay. I need to. No. Okay. Alrighty, so I think I filled out all the required fields and I'm probably going on to the next step. So as you can see, it has all the information that you need to fill out, the personal detail, contact detail. If you're married, you need to have a spouse's detail, and if you have children, you have to provide the children's detail, emergency contact, previous scholarship if you did, scholarship application. And as you can see, this is very similar to some of the scholarship application procedure that we went through, but it is very detailed. So as you can see, you need to fill all this out. You need to acknowledge it, and after filling out all the checklists from number 1 to number 19, you're going to click on submit. And after doing that, the first round will close at April 30th, and if you do get accepted, they're going to check you and they're going to check your background details, and if you're good to go, you will get the scholarship. And this is the end for the application for Australia Award Scholarship. I think I have covered it very detailed, thoroughly, but I did not go over every other, every eligibility requirement for every participating country, since that would take a lot of time. But I've covered the general eligibility requirements and some of the key things that you needed to know. So make sure to apply before the deadline closes, and make sure to apply early. And I hope that this scholarship will be a great opportunity to you, since this is a full ride and I don't think it requires an application fee. So this is the end, and I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video.